Hey everyone, welcome back to this Tosca automation playlist. And today we are going to continue with another Excel feature which is available in Tosca. Now we have already seen how you can create this particular Excel workbook with a new Excel worksheet, and even you can enter different values into your Excel cells, right? So just like we have prepared this employee worksheet, okay, with some employee names and salaries and total salary, we have also verified it using different Excel modules present in the standard subset. Now, if you have not watched this video, I would recommend to go back to our channel and watch this video first, and then come back to this video where I'm going to explain you how you can use the same TBox modules to basically find the row count and column count for your Excel sheet. Okay, so for this particular Excel sheet, you can see there are 4 rows, right? And there are 2 columns. So that is what we want to verify, or we want to find out after we create some Excel sheet or for an existing Excel sheet. Okay, so let's go back to Tosca, and here you can see I've got already 2 test cases. One is to compare to Excel files, and one is to create an Excel sheet with some values in it, right? Now I'm going to create a third test case, and I'm going to show you how you can get the row count and column count of your Excel sheet using the Excel modules present in Tosca. Okay, so I'm going to name it get row count and column count. Okay, and we are going to reuse some of the test steps. Okay, so these are basically the TBox modules which we have used earlier. So I'll be using the open Excel workbook. I'll be using define Excel range, okay, and a close Excel workbook. So these 3 modules I'll be reusing here. We need to make some changes quickly, okay? So I don't want to create any new Excel workbook. I will be using the same Excel workbook which is already created. So I will change it to false. And then Excel range, okay? So workbook name, worksheet name, and the range name will remain same. Here, close Excel workbook. So that's also fine, right? Now I'm going to add one more module here. So let's go out to our test step, and here we'll try and find Excel range manipulation. Okay, the last one, and we are going to drag it before the close Excel workbook. Here I'm going to change this name and name it to get row count. Okay, and then I'm going to copy this and paste it again. Okay, and again I'm going to place it here, and I'm going to change this to get column count. Okay, so these are the 2 test steps built from the same module, which is the Excel range manipulation, right? So in this, we have got the range name, so we'll keep it so that it can find that particular range, okay, which we have defined already. And we're going to paste it here. In the data table, we just need to get the row count, okay? And how you can do that, so under the value, just click on this arrow, okay? And here you will see you can define some property and some value, right? So here I'm going to make it row count, okay? And here I'm going to give some value called RC, or variable name, okay? And I'm going to change this action mode to buffer. So what it is going to do is it is going to get the row count. Okay, so it's a special property which can get the row count from a table in Tosca, and then it will assign that value to RC. Okay, similar thing you need to do it here. You can also directly type this. Okay, but let's do it this way. So again, column count, and then in the value we'll put it CC. Okay, and then we'll change this to buffer, right? So RC and CC are the buffer values, so that will contain the actual row count and column count of this particular table, right? So that's all you need to do to get the row count and column count for your Excel workbook, right? Let's go ahead and run this now.
Okay, so this is going to fail because my file is already open, right? So whenever you run anything with an Excel sheet or Excel workbook, you need to make sure that the Excel is not in use. Okay, so let's go ahead and close our Excel. Okay, save it. So let's try and run it again. But before that, I just noticed that we missed one thing. Okay, so in the get column count test step, we did not give the range name. So let's give this employee data and just verify. Okay, so both the range names are present, and let's try and run this again. Hopefully this time it will pass. Okay, so the test case has passed, and if I look at the results, right, if we go into the log info, you can see range employee data is updated successfully, and then in the row count you will see that the RC has been set to value 4. Okay, so that's our buffer, and then the column count, okay, it has been set to 2. So we had 4 rows and we had 2 columns, and that's what it is storing in the buffer. Now if you want to verify a certain row count and column count, you can just use this buffer values and put a verification step later on. Okay, so that we already know, so I'm not going to do it. I will leave it for you to do it. Okay, so that's how easy it is to find the row and column count of a particular Excel workbook. It may be an existing one, or if you are creating a new one, you can still add these steps and then you can verify the row count and column count. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new today. If you have got any questions, just leave it in the comments and do share it with others who might find it useful. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any new videos being uploaded to our channel. Until the next video, keep watching and keep learning.